Just hands up, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were all new to it. But, we've been doing this for a long time, and I think you find that no one screamed and run. We may have screamed a couple of times because, as you know, and I've heard reports that you guys a couple of you guys have done the same, and I think a couple of your investigators actually ran out of the Eastern State Penitentiary. So you guys know what I'm talking about. This sort of thing does happen.
Right, and that's why we bring that up.
Yvette, we need to take a quick break. Hopefully you'll hang with us. We got a couple more questions for you. And I appreciate it. You guys are listening to Beyond Reality Radio with Jason Hawes and Grant Wilson on 630 WPRO. We'll be right back after these words.
When we first started in England, there were a handful of paranormal groups and ghost hunters. Now they're in the hundreds.
That's awesome to hear because, I've seen that happen so much with us in the paranormal world. You're listening to Grant and Jason on Beyond Reality Radio at 630 WPRO. On the phone is a special guest from Most Haunted, Yvette Fielding.
Yes, Yvette, we appreciate you taking so much time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us, talk with us, and help us answer these questions from both of our fans. Honestly, obviously, they watch both of our shows and they ask us the questions.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
We really appreciate you taking the time. And I know the questions are a little bit tough, but we're trying to get them. This is our chance for you to answer.
At all. I just, it'd be nice to hear something positive from you guys, seeing that you're also paranormal investigators as well.
Let's just put it this way. A lot of people watch your show, and a lot of people like your show, and they have a good time. It's a household name here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a great show. I've caught it a few times, and I think it's fun. I think it's very fun. I think that's what you guys are really going for, is to let people know that it's fun. Go out and do it. It's a good time. That's what I personally feel, and I think that anything that gets someone more interested in the field is a good thing.
Okay.
All right, there's a positive thing.
Well, that's mine. I
agree.
I don't hate the show or anything like that.
I just sit back and I hope things that I look forward to things that benefit the field, that bring people together,
Absolutely.
unity
that's
and everything.
That's the best way to look at it.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
So, if you don't mind, we'll go to one of the biggest things that people have been asking questions. Just we appreciate, like I said, you taking the time, and we're just coming to you because we want to hear your take on it.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
One of the videos that's going around online is you guys were doing some table tipping, and everyone seems to point out in the video that as the table's moving.
Is this the one with the red cloth?
Yes, with the cloth moving.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what we're talking about then.
Go on. Go on.
No, I just want to know what your take on that is, because everyone's saying.
My take is, when I saw it, I fell about laughing, because if anybody, I hope that when people see that, I can actually see what they mean. And I looked at it, yeah, it does look like I'm pushing it. But you put a very slippy velvet red cloth on top of a shiny table, and you sit there, and the table starts moving. Your fingers are just going to, you keep your fingers in the same place. They'll actually go with the tablecloth. And basically, try it. Because you'll see that it happens to your hands.
Well, yeah.
But people are going to say, and surely, I know, what we do, and this is the thing that gets me, is that we must support each other. If you say that you're paranormal investigators, and are you guys the plumbers? Is that what?
Yes,
we
are. Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are the plumbers. I mean, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be in this together. So, have you done seances and table tipping with, that sort of thing? Have you done that yet?
No, that's not what we're about. We're about the scientific aspects. But the thing is not
exactly. But what I'm trying to say is, then try it, and then what would be nice is for when you hear these things, is for us all to stick together and say, actually, I've tried that. And, it is really difficult to keep your hands still.
I can't sit there and say I've never...
what we're all doing is we're all trying, as it were, to sing from the same hymn sheet. We're all trying to prove the same thing.
Sure.
It's not about different techniques. It's not about the way you go about things. It's kind of like working together as a team.
Right, and that's what's good about the two shows.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's what's good about the two shows. You guys are covering that aspect. We're covering the other one. We like to be able to have the evidence speak for itself.
Which one's the other aspect?
More the technical, where the evidence speaks for itself, rather than the personal feelings.
Well, I think the biggest question there, Yvette, and not to keep on laying into it, was the fact that everybody who was watching the video and posting their comments on it was saying that nobody else's hands were moving the tablecloth up. it was just your hands, solely your hands that were moving the tablecloth up. I've done.
Well, all I can say is that I wasn't moving the table. I've never moved the table. I've never done anything. There's nothing on this program that is ever faked. Nothing. And you know, it's up to you guys. This is what I mean. At the end of the day, you're sitting there and you're judging me.
Well, I'm not judging you. I'm asking you questions that no, I'm not judging you.
You are two
I'm asking you questions.
Paranormal investigators who are
Does
on
a
the
plumber
show
make me a
that
lower life
you've
form?
reached season 4, and at the end of the day, I've done a lot, you know, more investigations than you. We should be sticking together.
But I've been in the field for 17 years. You've been in the field for 7.
Judging what we're doing, you should be asking about techniques. I should be asking you about techniques.
Right.
And instead, you guys are coming on and you're saying, what about this,
Yvette,
what about the other?
Let me just say something.
And it's not right.
Yvette, let me just say something here. I understand where you're coming from, okay? We had a chance to talk to you, and you have no idea how much we get bombarded with questions about your show that we can't answer. We had you on the show. We had to get these questions answered, and you did a great job.
Sorry,
and we're very
offense to it.
appreciative of it. And we are all about unity in the field. And
yeah, but you don't sound like it. If you know what I'm trying to say,
I think
you don't.
I think we look
look
at the field differently. You know what I mean? But not to cut and run, Yvette, but we got to take a quick commercial break, and we really appreciate you being a guest on our radio show tonight. You're listening to 630 WPRO Beyond Reality Radio. Jason and Grant.